Hi everyone, my name's Alexandra. You may not immediately recognize me, but I do a lot of the behind the scenes work for Ateneo. So I run a lot about marketing and social media and generally just kind of help support Sue as much as I can. I'm also Sue's daughter, so Mum asked me if I could jump on this week and share some of my experiences being raised in the kind of philosophies that she teaches at Ateneo. So I understand this week's theme is around loving me, and this one's a bit of a hard one for me to kind of share my thoughts on because, you know, there wasn't really a point where I started learning how to build a strong sense of self. I was kind of raised from as early as I can remember the principles that Mum has now kind of articulated and put together to share with the world. So I guess I just more kind of wanted to share, I guess, what the benefits that I've experienced of having a strong sense of self are, and how it's really made an impact in my life and really meant that I've had a quite easy life. I've always kind of known who I am and what I've wanted and what I want out of the relationships that I'm in, and what I've wanted to do. So I am now in a kind of long-term happy relationship, have been for the last 8 years. I'm also in a very stable career that I absolutely adore. I'm a commercial lawyer by day. And I guess one of the biggest things that for me, having a strong sense of self and knowing who I am and what I want has meant is that I have had very clear boundaries around how people treat me. So I know what kind of conduct I am prepared to accept and what I'm not. And that has meant that I've had a pretty kind of pain-free life in my relationships. I've got a very close group of friends who I can rely on. You know, I have had that for as long as I can remember, and even when we've moved countries, I've always made friends very easily because I know, you know, what I expect from my friends and also what my boundaries are and how I want to be treated. So I've always had very drama-free relationships, and my romantic relationship is exactly the same. Like I know my boundaries and I'm very clear about what I kind of want. And I think that's been the biggest benefit for me of having a strong sense of self, is just knowing where my lines are. And I've been fortunate that I've been, you know, been raised that way, so I never had to do a kind of a journey of self-discovery. I've just always known that. So I think if that sounds like something you want, then Mum can definitely help you get there, and I'm proof of that. So yeah, happy to answer any questions about, I guess, my experiences and how I can help. You know, this isn't really my area. As I said, I'm a lawyer, but I'm always happy to share what I've done and how being raised. You know, if you're a parent and you're looking to raise your kids with a strong sense of self, how that happened for me. So thanks.